Good afternoon. Alan here with our last dissection, our kidney. I've got here my pig kidney. Um, it was fun to do. Pretty simple dissection all in all, but pretty fun to do. I do really enjoy the renal system and the urinary system, and so I enjoyed this dissection as well. As you can see, I've kind of made that coronal cut just straight down the middle, kind of just divided it into two halves. So starting here, we've got our renal cortex, and that's a different color. It's kind of a darker color, and then dividing that right there into our renal medulla, right, and it's kind of that lighter color. And right there at the base of that renal medulla, or into that renal medulla on that line, the renal cortex, is our renal pyramids, right in there. And then right next to the renal pyramid is our renal columns. And those kind of come up and form into that cortex, right? So we've got the renal pyramid, and that's where all of our action takes place as far as the urinary system is concerned, right? So with that renal pyramid, we've got our renal sinuses, and you can kind of see the renal sinuses as I pull it apart. You can find those holes, like there's one right there. And the renal sinus is lined with the fat. It's lined with fat, which is that really white substance throughout there. And you can see here, as we trace this line back up, right, from that renal sinus, then we go into the urine would drain from the renal sinuses into that renal lobes, right, and pass through the renal papilla, which is at the bottom of our renal pyramid, into the minor calyx. And so then we've got our minor calyces right here. And then 3 or 4 of those combine to make the major calyx. And then our major calyx drains into the renal pelvis. And then that renal pelvis, which I think this one's a little bit easier to see, our renal pelvis right there, kind of coming from all sides. And that will drain into our superior portion of the ureter, right? Now when I put this back together here, the area here, this hilum right here, where all the blood vessels in our ureter come in and out of, right there, that's our hilum. See that a little better here from this direction. And basically we have the kidney that filters the blood, pulls the water out, concentrates it, drains through those structures, concentrates it, and is released as urine through the ureter. After the ureter goes to the bladder and then is excreted by the body. All in all, pretty simple dissection, and like I said, I really enjoyed this dissection and really enjoyed all the dissections for this class. So thank you guys.